അങ്ങയുടെ ജ്ഞാനത്താൽ എന്നെ നിറയ്ക്കണമേ. ഓ ദൈവമേ, അങ്ങയുടെ ജ്ഞാനത്താൽ എന്നെ നിറയ്ക്കണമേ. പരമപരിശുദ്ധനായ പിതാവേ, സകല പരിശുദ്ധിയുടെയും ഉറവിടമേ. Father, you are holy, the fountain of all holiness. For all holiness and life comes from you through Jesus Christ, by the working of the Holy Spirit. Therefore, send your Spirit. Yes, you have already that Spirit is in us. നമുക്കൊന്ന് സ്വതന്ത്രമായി ഒന്ന് സ്തുതിക്കാം. Let us make a free praise. Praise you, Jesus. Thank you. Hallelujah. ശബ്ദം ഉയരട്ടെ. Praise you, Jesus. Thank you. കരങ്ങൾ ഉയർത്തി സ്വതന്ത്രമായി സ്തുതിക്കുന്നു. Let us enjoy the freedom. Praise you, praise you, praise you. Praise you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Everybody. Please be seated. Yes. My dear friends, ഇതൊരു വളർച്ചാധ്യാനം ആണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് I hope all of you have already attended 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 retreats. Am I right? ആരെങ്കിലും ഒരു ധ്യാനം പോലും കൂടാത്ത ആരെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടോ ഇതിനകത്ത്? Is there anybody? Praise God. I hope nobody is there. Therefore, I will be speaking something little more of growth. Okay? ഒരു പക്ഷേ നമ്മൾ ഇന്നേവരെ കേൾക്കാത്ത കാര്യങ്ങളായിരിക്കും കേൾക്കുക. So be ready for a shock. Or be ready to receive something new. In fact, if you are going to listen everything what you already heard, then this is not a retreat. Correct? അപ്പോൾ നമ്മളിങ്ങനെ വിചാരിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഇന്നവരെ കേട്ടിട്ടില്ലല്ലോ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇത്. But you must expect things which you have not heard. Desire for that. Then the Holy Spirit will give you that. If you want to listen the same thing what you have already heard many times, I hope that is not what you expect. Am I right? There is yesterday. ചിലപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് തോന്നും ഇദ്ദേഹം പറയണത് മറ്റുള്ളവർ പറയണ മാതിരി അല്ലല്ലോ, അത് എന്താ പറയാത്തെ, അതെന്താ പറയാത്തെ, ഇതെന്താ പറയാത്തെ. So it will be completely different probably. So then it will be a good retreat. But I don't know how the Lord is going to guide. I'm just giving you a suggestion because you must expect something new and something higher. It may be a growth is that in 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verse 10 says, St. Paul, when he was explaining or writing that poem of love, the last part of that he said like this: when I was a child, I understood like a child. ഞാൻ ശിശുവായിരുന്നപ്പോൾ ശിശുവിനെ പോലെ യുക്തി വിചാരിച്ച്, എന്നാൽ പ്രായപൂർത്തിയായപ്പോൾ ശിശു സഹജമായവ കൈപിടിച്ചു. When I become old, I left all that childish things. And then he says, when the perfect come, the imperfect goes away. പൂർണ്ണമായവ വരുമ്പോൾ അപൂർണമായവ അസ്തമിക്കുന്നു. I hope all of you have Bible, so you please open and read those texts, then it will be better. when the perfect things comes, the imperfect goes away. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ മുൻപ് കേട്ട കാര്യങ്ങളാണെങ്കിലും അതിൽ നിന്നും വളരെ വ്യത്യസ്തമായിട്ട് ഒരു കുറേ കൂടി ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് ബട്ട് ഡീപ്പർ little more intellectual level we are going to listen. Okay. So our focus is not only a growth retreat, but we will have an inclination towards a particular charism of intercession, prayer. Is that right? That will be our another hidden agenda in this growth retreat. Just a couple of days back I was in India giving 9 days growth retreat. 9 days, morning 6 o'clock to evening 10 o'clock, 9 days. So there are a lot of stuff or content ready in my heart to share with you. But I know we are not in India. We are in completely different place where we always have time, short of time, running time, very difficult to get. And I appreciate you that at least all of you have come sacrificing or planning your timings in this way. And as many of you are highly studied and intellectual, I would deal in that way a little bit more on an intellectual basis of our faith. In the sense, the Bible is a book of wisdom. Book of wisdom. Particularly in the Eastern liturgical tradition, Paurastya Sabha in Kiഴക്കൻ Sabha. You understand that? Nammal Syro Malabar Church is a Eastern church, whereas Latin church is a Western church. Syro Malankara is a Eastern church, and there are so many other Eastern churches like Byzantine, Greek Catholic. There are many churches in Toronto, in many parts of America. So one of these two churches or two type of spirituality also is known as West and East, correct? West and East is also known as head and heart. Spirituality from the head and spirituality from the heart. What do you prefer? Heart. So you don't want to have the head? So that's the point. So normally, Western, they work with the heart, Eastern work with the head. But now you are more of Eastern, but in the Western territory. You understood the situation. That is where your role is a challenging role. And Holy Fathers like Pope John Paul II or the Saint John Paul II used to say, he was a man from eastern area of Western Europe. He was from Poland. Poland, Ukraine and all these places are more Eastern attitude, but a Western culture in between. His definition was, East and West are like two lungs that we breathe together. So it is also possible to mix this Eastern Western spirituality together. Probably that is the need of the time. Although you have been most of the time in the Western spirituality, but many of you are born in an Eastern spirituality, but now you are coming back to this mingling of East and West. There is a beauty in that. Okay. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് ഞാൻ ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു റിമോട്ട് ഐഡിയ പറയുകയാണ്. മെനി തിങ്സ് നമ്മൾക്കൊരു കൺഫ്യൂഷൻ വരും. നമ്മൾ ഇങ്ങനെയാണല്ലോ പഠിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്, പക്ഷെ അവിടെ എങ്ങനെയാണല്ലോ. We have learned like this, but they are doing like this. So because of these two spiritualities of East and West, or West and East, head and heart. But we are trying to meet these together. We are going to bring this together. It's not a big distance, only 1.5 feet or 1 feet. For me it is 1 feet. For many of you it is 1.5 feet. That's all. And the Holy Spirit is the prime moving power which works in our heart, mixing head and mind and our ideas of God. So, in this process, so what I wanted to say, one of these Eastern Church liturgical celebration, when they read the Holy Gospel, Byzantine liturgies, the priest, before proclaiming the Gospel, he will lift it up and proclaim loudly, "Wisdom be attentive, wisdom be attentive." Sounds very good, eh? Not only sounds, it has spirit meaning. So let us begin this thinking. Holy Bible is wisdom, book of wisdom. It is not only some books in this is wisdom. Jnanam, Devathinte Jnanam. And other side of it, who are we? We are children of God. Nammal Deva Makkalum Jnanasnanam സ്വീകരിച്ചവരുമാണ്. Jnanasnanam എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ we are already immersed in the wisdom. Immersed. Jnanasnanam. നമ്മളുടെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ഒരു റീഡിസ്കവറിംഗ് ആവശ്യമായിരിക്കുന്നത് how great is this mystery of baptism. Jnanasnanam. And how great is the mystery of confirmation and the Holy Eucharist. Holy Eucharist. So this will be in the background when we learn more about it. In fact, നമുക്കൊന്നും പുതിയത് കൊണ്ടുവരേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. We have everything. It's like you have a computer with all the best, latest, sophisticated technology and software, but we don't know how to operate it. Isn't it? That's often the situation. Even if you are in your workplace, a new equipment has come. Very good, it will work very good. But then, what is required? Probably they will make an orientation program or a training program how to operate this new system. That's exactly we need. We already have the supercomputer in us, which has so many functions, so many activities, so many types of software, but we yet not activated some of that. That is also quite all right, because suppose in the baptism there is a program of a Christian marriage, okay? But when that is to be operated, not at the age of 5 or 10 or 11 or 10, 15, as the child grow up, at least at the age of baptism, at least at the age of marriage, that must be activated. So like that, there are a lot of spiritual programs in us, but we have not activated that. So a growth retreat is something which gives us an enlightenment, a revelation, a rediscovery of the already installed program. Nothing we are going to bring new. Everything God has given to us. But we are now taking time for a special seminar to study what is that and how to know about it and operates. I love to sing this introductory song of Malangara Kurbana. വെളിവു നിറഞ്ഞോരീശോനിൻ വെളിവാൽ കാണുന്നു. Come on, also those of you know it. വെളിവു നിറഞ്ഞോരീശോനിൻ വെളിവാൽ കാണുന്നു. വെളിവിനടിയ രഖില ധാരമദാ ഒന്നുകൂടി വെളിവു നിറഞ്ഞോരീശോ നിൻ വെളിവാൽ കാണുന്നു. വെളിവിനടിയ രഖില ധാരമദാ വെളിവ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഓഫൺ നമ്മളൊരു ബാഡ് സെൻസിൽ പറയാറുണ്ട്, അവനൊരു വെളിവില്ലാത്തവനാണ്, വെളിവില്ല വെളിവില്ല. പക്ഷേ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ആക്ച്വലി എ വെരി പവർഫുൾ മിസ്റ്റിക്കൽ റൈറ്റ് വേർഡ്സ് ഇൻ ടേംസ് ഓഫ് സ്പിരിച്വാലിറ്റി. വെളിവ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ദൈവത്തിൻ്റെ ജ്ഞാനം നമ്മുടെ ആത്മാവിലേക്ക് വന്നിട്ട് God is introducing a new wisdom. It is actually a process of learning. What is learning? Learning means you are going to gain something new, a new wisdom. Now that new wisdom is coming from above, but that is the input. But then if you don't understand, so who have to make us understand that? That is the Holy Spirit. So a learning, a teaching involves two processes. First,